I Dreamed a Dream by Elegy Fish Truck.
And that's how I single-handedly defeated and destroyed the large, lengthy, luminescent moon lizard using the sacred moon saber,
proclaimed Moon Champion, who had just finished an awfully long story about his triumphs over the moon monsters.
Sadly, the moon saber was lost in the beast's leathery skin, and one of our vigilant moon warriors was subject to a brutal stabbing by the lizard. But at the end of the day, the Moon Kingdom came out on top.
Moon Champion finally stopped to rest after his 14-day-long exposition.
You know, Slug Companion, you are an excellent listener, and an exquisite bed, albeit a bit slippery,
said Moon Champion, and indeed, his newfound friend had not interrupted him once the entire time he delivered his story, along with serving as a comfortable surface to lay on. Moon Champion raised his hand to the bottom of his visor, pondering deeply something that had been troubling him for a long time.
I hope you don't mind another tangent, but I really need to get something off my chest,
said Moon Champion. His soft friend had no objections.
It concerns a dream I had a long time ago, perhaps 3 months in the past, before I met you, before I met even CCCP. I am of the firm belief that it means something of substance.
Moon Champion used a rather quiet voice, quieter than his usual tone, that is. He sat down and began his account.
In my dream, I woke up in complete and utter blackness. The earth had disappeared, the stars had flickered out. It was the darkest dark I have ever witnessed, as if my eyes had disappeared. I looked below me, and there it lay, the great moon, bright as ever, despite the complete absence of stars. As I stared at this beacon, the only source of light in my universe, I began to fall. I fell down and down, plummeting ever closer to the moon's surface.
Moon Champion laid down, staring at the infinite cosmos.
In that moment, I must admit, I was scared. Scared for my safety, scared for the universe's fate, scared of the great darkness. Yet at the same time, I had hope. In the end, while all else was gone, the moon remained, an unconquered dominion, the last defender of light in a blank void. And as I came closer and closer, I no longer felt fear. I felt immense, unchallenged, joyful happiness. I hit the surface, and I woke up.
Moon Champion sat back up, slowly and calmly, while the peaceful giant that he sat upon continued listening with open ears.
I hope I do not bore you. Indeed, I have a long-term memory, and I can often lengthen details that may seem minute to other, more simple organisms.
Just that moment, Moon Champion picked up a signal on his radio and heard what sounded to be the soft, drawn-out wail of a magnificent creature.
What a brilliant song! Moon Champion exclaimed aloud. Perhaps the cry of a mighty soda can. What an occurrence! What is your opinion, Slug Companion?
Although Slug Companion couldn't speak, the way his mouth curved appeared to Moon Champion as a smile. Moon Champion was content. As the soothing wails continued, Moon Champion laid upon his blubbery partner, and he quietly fell asleep. Upon waking up, Moon Champion found himself under the soft covers of a white bed, contained within the confines of a sleek, ghostly room. Despite his heightened awareness upon his waking, Moon Champion could not move, instead remaining fixed upon his fabric non-blubber pad. Busy people in white coats rushed about in his room, entering one side and exiting the other. Moon Champion noticed a label on top of one of the doors, reading Lunar Area 32, Room 32. For hours, Moon Champion stared out paralyzed, watching people rush by, clipboards in hand, yet they made no sound. A room only still in sound, not in content. The hours went by excruciatingly slow. Then, without warning, figures appeared in front of him. They appeared to come from nowhere. One moment they weren't there, and the next moment they were. A group of people, standing in a huddle, stared at Moon Champion. All of those visible to Moon Champion wore a suit similar in design to his own. Some wore white, some wore orange, others wore canvas suits with brass helmets.
Who are you people? What do you seek of me?
Asked Moon Champion with a newfound ability to speak. A man in a blue suit and cracked visor spoke aloud.
We are the Old Guard. We have served our purpose. You're the last line of defense.
Was I the only Moon Champion?
Questioned Moon Champion.
You are now. The moon is vulnerable without you,
said the figure in blue, speaking in a youthful, proud voice. Then, one by one, each member of the Old Guard walked up next to Moon Champion, holding his hand in their grasp before setting it down and disappearing. One man in a brass helmet stared at Moon Champion for a few seconds before telling him,
"You did your best,"
then subsequently disappearing. Eventually, one man was left, yet he had no suit nor helmet. He was simply an old, robed man, walking wearily with nightcap and a cane. The old man sat on Moon Champion's bed.
"A threat faces the moon. One faces the earth as well. The earth has their defender. You've met him. Now you must do the same,"
said the old man.
"I have a number of questions,"
remarked Moon Champion, although in a quiet, respectful tone.
"My time here is limited. You can find me where you fell,"
remarked the old man, before he collapsed on the same bed Moon Champion rested on. Moon Champion stared on for a few seconds before suddenly waking up on Slug Companion. Moon Champion panted for a couple of seconds before gathering his senses. He realized what he must do.
Slug Companion, you have been an excellent listener of stories and cushion of explorers, but I must go. I cannot explain at the current moment, but if you don't hear from me again, be aware that the moon will be in good hands.
As Moon Champion activated his jetpack, he stared at the moon, thinking about his dream.
Old man, here I come. Moon Champion, away!
Cheered Moon Champion as he charged forward to where his destiny lied, where he had neglected for so long, the moon. The end.